Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Tuesday. I hope you are well and you had a great Labor Day weekend. Today, we're going to be doing a couple of different readings based on your questions. On the community tab, I posted what did you want me to do a reading on, and you came back with many different things, but three kept coming up. So we're going to do a tarot reading on Postmaster DeJoy leaving, on Social Security, the fate of Social Security, and on whether Trump is going to be tried for crimes against humanity. So we're going to look at that. For all of my members, you'll be getting a new tarot class this week where we continue on with the major arcana. I'll talk a little bit more about some of the different spreads that you can do while you're learning, and a little ritual that I do before I do tarot readings. And for those of you taking the meditation classes, I'm going to be adding another one. I know I said only one a month, but I'm going to do more. This one's going to be a different breathing technique. This one is Ujjayi breathing, which is my favorite. That's one I do the most. Another visualization exercise, a different one. I think it's fun. And what was the other? Oh, a mindfulness exercise to help all of you that can't focus during meditation. For those of you in my book club, the first meeting is going to be the last Wednesday of this month at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. This Friday, I'm coming on for the members. I'm going to be doing messages from Spirit where you can ask me questions in the comments, and I'll pull some cards and give you some of my psychic impressions. So for everyone else, I am going to do a drawing today on who's going to win the tarot scholarship. So let me reach in, pull out a number, 84. So I will do what I always do, and I will count down to 84. Okay, so if you want to do it with me, you have to hit those three lines, put the comments in order, count down to 84, and with the magic of editing, I did that. And the winner of the Tarot Scholarship is Wishing Well Adventures. That's a great name, Wishing Well Adventures. So make sure you send me an email because I need your email so I can send you your classes, okay? So that's pretty exciting. All right, so let's take a look at Postmaster DeJoy. He is in a lot of trouble, isn't he? He certainly brought it on himself, that's for sure. You know, telling his employees to donate to Republican organizations and then rewarding them with bonuses. Doesn't sound too good. The message that I got from Spirit on that is that he's going to try to leave. He wants out because these are serious charges. But his advisors, whoever they are, all I could see were like men in suits, were telling him it's better to leave under different circumstances. So create a scenario with which to leave, like I have an illness or I'm having a family crisis, because the next administration is not going to be looking very kindly upon him, correct? So I feel like, yes, he's going to leave, but he has been advised to do it in a certain fashion so he doesn't get put through the ringer later. But honestly, I don't think it's going to matter. I think he's going to go down no matter what. Okay. Interesting. So the card that represents him, he's worried about his family's money. Interesting. All these people that are connected with Trump, don't we always get the pentacles, right? Worried about his family's money. Okay. So interesting that he's not more like worried about going to court and jail, and now he's worried about money. His obstacle is leaving. But you know, with this card, when it talks about leaving, it's leaving without losing anything. Because if you look, all the cups are upright. Nothing's been lost. This man's walking away without having lost anything. And so I think that's exactly what DeJoy wants to do. He wants to walk away without losing anything, but that's his obstacle, right? Okay, his outcome, he is stuck. His hands are tied. So it doesn't look too good for him. Let's um let's do one more for a clarifier. He wants to leave, but he can't. Sort of like Trump. That comes up a lot in Trump's readings, doesn't it? He wants to leave, but he can't. Oh, geez. Okay, so for the clarifiers, here we go. The card of poverty, the card of losing it all, losing your job, losing your money. Here they are, poor and desperate out in the cold. Um, and then he gets the card of, actually, this is like a perfect compliment, isn't it, to the Hanged Man, being stuck, being stuck. So, he's not going to be able to leave the way he wants, without losing anything. He's going to be losing something. Because I don't think the new administration is going to take too kindly to his shenanigans. Okay, so let's take a look at Social Security. Trump is doing his best to gut it. Why he attacks our seniors this way is just mind blowing because so much of his base is older. And he's basically said, yeah, I'm going to leave you in poverty. That's okay, right? Um, so let's take a look. Okay, so Social Security is going to be going through a new phase and a new cycle. All right, so it's okay. So my spirit guide is saying it's going through a new phase and a new cycle with the next administration, where it is expanded, is what I'm hearing. So this isn't a bad thing. Okay, Social Security's obstacle right now, fighting, arguing, bickering. So the powers that be, instead of putting these, sticks together to build a house, they'd rather use them as weapons and attack each other. So this is completely unproductive. And here's the outcome. Ace of Pentacles, a financial new beginning. So you know what? I'm actually seeing good things for Social Security. Trump's going to be Trump, right? He's going to do whatever he can do. He's going to make it as hard as he can for the next administration. We already know that. But the fate of Social Security is going to be fine. Okay. It's going to be all right, despite his efforts, right? But, that's okay. Oh, some of you have been asking me about the community tab where I post all those messages for all of you. Um, I will put an image up so you can see it. So that's where I put the messages. And if you want to become a member, the membership tab is beside it, but I also will put the link to the membership under this video. And I have updated my website. So my new blog is on my website, and so is my new channeling with Rahasha, where he's talking about how to conquer fear and anxiety to help propel you towards ascension, right? At this time that we're going through this transitional time, where we're going from third to fourth density. I think because I've had so many requests, next month in the membership program, I'm going to be offering teachings on the Law of One. I know the books are heavy, and a lot of you have said, I'm kind of good with explaining things in a way that makes sense. And I can do that with the Law of One. The books are heavy, but the messages are so important and so timely. So I think that's going to be an added benefit to that program, as I will do the teachings on the Law of One. Okay, so is Trump going to be charged with crimes against humanity? I'm hearing yes, yes. If he makes it that far. Okay. So, it takes a certain amount of bravery to go through the judicial system, to be charged with something that heavy. It takes a certain amount of courage to go to jail. And it takes a certain amount of courage to lose everything that you own and to watch all the people in your family and those around you go through similar fates. I don't know if he has that sort of courage. So, yes, I mean, if he sticks around long enough, um, but of course, too, it also takes a certain amount of courage to do what I think he's contemplating. Okay. And I'm going to leave it at that. So, here's a man that's never done a courageous act in his life, and he's going to have to do one of them. There's no, there's no not doing something. Okay. Okay. So the card that represents this situation is the card of a ruthless battle. So this is like the card that represents Trump being charged with crimes against humanity. It's a ruthless battle. His obstacle, here he is trying to come up with a plan, a strategy, holding the world in his hands, trying to figure out where to go, what to do. Not pleasant. His outcome, a little bit more of planning, assessing things. Um, this can also have to do with messages. So, is there a message, Spirit, that he's going to be getting? The message is that he's going to have to do something, that he's going to actually have to act. Um, he cannot choose to not do anything. Um, Leaving for smoother waters. There he is, his back's turned, he's going. So once again, I don't know if he can actually physically flee. He's going to be watched like a hawk, so I don't know. Um, I am leaning a little bit more towards what I was trying to say earlier. His outcome, 10 swords in the back, totally defeated, lost. So, yes, if he makes it that far, yes, he will be charged with crimes against humanity. Um, but once again, that is sort of a courageous act that he'd have to go through for a man that's not particularly courageous. All right, so let's finish up on a good note. I'm going to use the Lightworkers Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild, and we'll see what message the universe and spirit has for us today. These are what the cards look like. And I'll say it just for old time's sake, they make oracle cards too big and way too hard for me to shuffle. And these are very slick. These cards are very, very like slick and shiny. Okay. All right, so what your spirit wants you to know. The eternal now. So all that there really is the present moment. Don't get so caught up in the past, maybe with regrets and things like that. And don't get so caught up in worrying about the future that you're not living in the moment. So your spirit's trying to gently remind you, stay present, stay in the here and now. What the universe wants you to know is that you're a star child. You're not just this body having this experience. You're a spiritual being. You are a child of the universe. There's more to you than what you see in the mirror. And to bridge it together, fourth ray harmony. Your fourth ray is your heart chakra. So, whenever you want to manifest, whenever you want to quell your fear and anxiety, open your heart chakra. Let out that good light. Most of you that watch me are light workers, and some of you have asked me about, like how, because we manifest everything, right? We create our own realities, and we create our own realities based on what vibrations we put out and what we resonate with. And so some of you have asked me, well, how did I end up in this reality where Trump is president? Well, because you're a light worker. You don't resonate with his energy. You came down to help. In your soul contract, you agreed. You said, okay, I'll help humanity at this time. So it's not that you resonate with his energy. So when it comes to manifesting your next reality. Um, Focus not on Trump losing. Don't focus on that. Focus on Biden winning. Focus on what you want. Focus on that energy that you can really resonate with. And so just imagine him winning. Imagine him, with his wife as first lady, and imagine some of those different scenarios where he's president and he's representing us. So that way, you're going to the timeline that you prefer. All right. All right, everyone. It's been a pleasure reading for you, and I will come out with a new video in a couple of days. Have a great few days, everyone. Bye bye.